What's up, maniacs? Uh, my name's Big T. I know you guys don't know me, but I'm gonna let you know right now. My name's Big T. I'm an original maniac from about 2014-ish. I first started looking at the Misfits, looking at their content. First, I started watching the Del Rey Misfits channel. Then I started watching Jason Genova's channel. Then I started watching Big Lenny's channel. And then at the end, when everything was going downhill, it was all just Big Lenny's channel and watching his live streams almost every day. The second I was subscribed, the second Lenny would come out with a live stream, I'd be clicking this shit. I remember I was delivering pizzas, and I would have the Del Rey Misfits podcast going while I was delivering pizzas. I listened to the whole fucking thing at least a couple times now. The whole podcast, every episode. Fucking hilarious. And rest in peace, Big Lenny, right off the bat. Rest in peace, Saul. Rest in peace, Robzilla. He was a good guy. I think Robzilla was funny as hell. Rest in peace, Robzilla. Rest in peace, Big Lenny. Rest in peace, Big Lenny's mom. And yeah, so I was a huge fan of Lenny specifically. I liked the whole crew, don't get me wrong. I love everyone. I love Andrew because he's very professional and he's like the manager. He has a little, he's a little bit too normal, but he rounds it up and he brings everybody back to earth. And we have Brad. Fuck you, Brad, by the way. What do you think about that, Brad? Because guess what, Brad? You fucked over Lenny. In my opinion, you left him to rot. You didn't give a damn. Sorry, I had to do a little jump cut there. But yeah, big fan of Big Lenny. Brad. Oh yeah, Brad. You're not getting off the hook, Brad. What do you think about this, Brad? You know what I think about you, Brad? Just like Lenny always said, he was right about you the whole fucking time, wasn't he? Lenny was a delusional fuck, right? But he was also smart at the same time. We all know Lenny. We all know the real Lenny. And you know him. You were one of his best friends, right? Oh, okay. No, never mind. You were his best friend back in the day when you were making money off of his entertainment. But then when it started to die down, you started having a problem with everything, right? You started having a problem with shit. And then Valerie came into your life and you just said, fuck all this, fuck all my friends, fuck the Misfits, who cares what we done, it doesn't matter, because now I'm distancing myself and now I changed my mind. So you just move into your little fucking mansion in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, in the middle of South Florida. You couldn't afford somewhere in Miami like where Lenny was living with fucking Marvin. You couldn't afford no Miami Beach shit. So you had to move out in the middle of the fucking sticks and shit just to have a nice house. Wow. Congratulations, Brad. Fucking your mediocre career that you've spent your entire fucking life on. Oh, I got a career. I got a pension. Yeah, but you're still just a fucking mediocre, low-level, low-skilled, replaceable fucking mailman. That's all you are in your whole life. All you got to show for it, you're like, what, 40? Over 40 years old now? I'm only 29. You're already 40, and all you got to show for it is to tell everyone you know, oh, I was a mailman. I had a pension. You're a fucking weirdo, Brad. And that's not even why I'm mad at you, Brad, because of your shitty accomplishments and your shortcomings in life. Oh, and the fact that you were growing weed out of your fucking shitty little house when it wasn't legal in Florida. And you got caught, and Lenny spilled the beans, and you tried to save face talking about, oh, that was a guy I didn't know that was in the house. I didn't know what he was doing. Brad, we all fucking know. We're not stupid. Lenny's not stupid. He spilled the beans. You had a whole operation going. You were included in it, but you looked the other way. That's not the same thing as not knowing what's happening. We all know you knew it was happening. It was your fucking house that you owned. You were letting your homie live there for reduced rent because he was growing a shitload of weed and giving you profits because you were part of it. We all know. Lenny exposed you about this shit, and you try to act like you didn't know nothing about it and it was just him and this is that. You're a little bitch, Brad. You're a bitch. You want to play games and sell drugs and shit like that? Well, you got to deal with the consequences, Brad. You're the exact type of dude who would fucking snitch on your partner, and that's what you did on YouTube, on Instagram Live. You snitch on your partner talking about you had nothing to do with it, this, that. You're a bitch, Brad. You really are. Trying to save your little career that you got. You'd have, your whole life would fall apart if you were found guilty of growing weed. It would ruin your whole little career you got going on. And you'd fucking collapse like a little fucking shit house made out of fucking straw. You're nothing. You're nobody. Lenny was 10 times the man you'll ever be. And I'm disappointed that you left him in the dust. In the end days when his shins were rotting the fuck off. They were always rotting, but in the end times when his shit was so bad it was burning him just 24/7. He couldn't even sleep because it was burning so bad. He was getting all these meds for it, getting all these creams. Legs still wouldn't heal. He's got the diabetes going. He started to get his heart failure going. And what do? The good friend Brad? He just fucks off into the sunset and doesn't give a fuck. Well, guess what? Lenny died, and the way Lenny died, it makes me disgusted. He was heartbroken at home with no one besides Veronica that hung out with him a few times. But even then, she didn't know him like that. She had to go at some point, right? So then, at the end times, Lenny's last streams, you see him sitting alone in his recliner. The last thing that he had in his entire empty house that was getting sold by his shitty-ass brother, EJ, you fucking bitch. Don't even get me started on E-Fag. And then, all he had left, E-Fag brings in all these people right after his mom dies, and all he has left is this recliner and his phone. That's all he had left. He didn't have shit. And I don't know exactly how he died, but I know it's something shady happened, and rest in peace, Lenny. But we all know, yeah, he had heart failure and stuff, but he seemed healthy enough on his last live to think that it wasn't like some sort of immediate health problem as far as like the heart. It wasn't about to give out at that exact moment, because one of his last lives, he seemed in good spirits, even though he was mentally, struggling. You could tell, like, okay, he's breathing. He's not talking about how hard it is to breathe. Like, yeah, he just got out the hospital and just got the water drained, but he's doing decent, half decent, you know what I mean? But you fucking clowns, you call him your family, and you hung out, spent all these years making videos with him. The maniacs are the real family. We're the real ones that gave a fuck about Lenny. We never left. The real family never left, regardless of the money or this or that. The popularity went down. The real maniac stayed. Okay? So, Brad, you're a bitch. You were never a maniac. Lenny was the real one. You were never a maniac. You were just a sideshow Bob, fucking trailer park trash, fucking low-level, white trash, fucking bitch. And Lenny told you that so many times, and you never listened to him. Well, guess what? It was true. It was true, Brad, you little bitch. Big Brad Wolf, right? More like Big Brad bitch. Big Brad pussy. Left his friends in the dust. Left Lenny in the dust alone after his mom died. Couldn't even come out and see him after his mom dies. He's Lenny's grieving, sitting alone in his fucking mom's house, about to be homeless. And what's Brad do? He doesn't reach out to let Lenny live at his place for a month or two or however long. He doesn't reach out and come see Lenny and make a live for old time's sake. He doesn't do nothing. He does nothing but probably send him a couple texts saying, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your loss." Really, you fucking bitch, Brad? Really? After everything? And that's all you could have done? Is send him a couple texts? The maniacs took care of him more than you in his time of need, his time of grievance. The maniacs were there. You weren't there, Brad, you fucking bitch. Fuck you, Brad. If you played your cards different, Brad, I feel like Lenny would still be here today if you weren't such an evil fucking person, Brad. I hope you fucking die in hell. And you said you don't believe in God, and you made fun of Lenny for believing in God and asking for forgiveness, talking all that shit. Lenny was right. Lenny's going to be in heaven. He's in heaven right now because he had a good heart, regardless of what he did. He had a good heart, and he repented for his sins, Brad. You, on the other hand, you have ego. Look up 7 deadly sins, Brad. Look up the 7 deadly sins. You probably don't believe in it, but it explains a lot of things wrong with the world and the 7 deadly sins that cause the root of all problems. And one of those is pride, okay? It's actually the root of all of the other deadly sins. And it says in the Bible that pride actually is the source of all the other deadly sins. It all stems from pride. So it's actually the worst one. You have pride, my friend. You have too much pride. And what did it cost you? It cost you your friend's life. Okay, you could have saved him. You could have helped him. You could have done something. Just something. You could have done your part. And if he still died, it is what it is. Because, you know, his body was fucked up or whatever. It is what it is. But you didn't do shit. But sit in your little fucking man cave and not give him content and just sit around and deliver mail. You fucking little bitch, Brad. I fucking hate you. You want to know why? Because you're half responsible for Lenny dying. If you were there and you were supporting him and you actually tried, I guarantee you he'd be alive right now. He'd be alive right now. But fuck you, Brad. You couldn't do it, could you?